Hi, my name is Brittany Clark. I am the occupational therapist that services Genesee Valley School District. I'm going to talk to you about school-based occupational therapy, also known as OT. Occupational therapists are highly trained healthcare professionals that work in a variety of settings, including hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, homes, and schools. In the school setting, OTs enhance a student's ability to fully access and be successful in the learning environment. OTs evaluate and assist children that are having difficulty participating in meaningful activities or occupations that are needed to conduct their daily routines. OTs address the need of students experiencing delays, disabilities, or other health challenges through therapeutic intervention to promote skill advancement, the use of compensatory strategies, adaptations, and modifications. Some of the common diagnoses that we work with in the school setting include autism, Down syndrome, traumatic brain injury, developmental delays, attention deficit disorder, visual impairments. OTs also collaborate with teachers and staff as well as parents to identify and modify barriers that may hinder a child's success. They support student participation in school routines while promoting independence and modeling strategies for others to use that will extend beyond the benefit of direct intervention. There are many reasons for an OT referral. A child may have difficulties in the areas of fine motor or holding writing utensils, including crayons, pencils, and manipulating other small objects, or eye-hand coordination, difficulty manipulating scissors, or with ball skills. Visual motor, having difficulties forming shapes, writing, and coloring skills. Visual perceptual, difficulties with sorting, matching, figure ground, scanning, and letter reversals. Or self-care, difficulties with manipulating clothing fasteners, shoe tying, dressing, feeding, and using eating utensils. Sensory processing, they show delays in adaptive responses to sights, sounds, movement, taste, and touch. Decreased range of motion and strength. They have limited ability in moving their upper body, including arms and fingers, or decreased strength with manipulating resistive materials, moving against gravity, and sustaining body position. There may also be social and behavioral deficits, including interacting with others, following directions, and routines. So how the referral process works. Teachers or parents identify concerns with a student having difficulty in one or more of the skill areas I discussed previously. The teacher completes a referral request form provided to them through the Committee on Special Education. The OT then goes ahead and completes a classroom observation to get eyes on the student in the classroom setting. The OT will then go ahead and screen a student targeting the skill areas or the areas of concern to make recommendations or modifications within the classroom for the child and determine if further assessment of skills is needed. If it is determined that further testing or a comprehensive evaluation is needed, the school district obtains parent consent and OTs receive a prescription from the child's physician in order to complete the evaluation. As part of the comprehensive OT evaluation, therapists use a variety of standardized assessment tools which are chosen based on the area of concern to help determine where a child's skills fall in comparison to their same-age peers. Some of the common standardized assessment tools used by OTs in the school setting include the Berry VMI, which is a measure used for visual motor integration, visual perception, and motor coordination skills. The visual motor integration is the degree to which visual perception and fine hand movements are well coordinated. This skill is used when writing letters and numbers, cutting on a line, copying from a board, and performing many other school-related tasks. Another assessment tool is the BOT2 assessment, which is a comprehensive measure of both fine and gross motor skills. For the purpose of the OT evaluation, there are several areas that are looked at, including fine motor precision, which are tasks that require precise control of fingers and hand movement, fine motor integration, which is the ability to integrate visual stimuli from motor control, such as copying various geometric shapes, manual dexterity, which includes performing tasks that involve reaching, grasping, and bimanual coordination of small objects, and upper limb coordination, which are tasks that involve visual tracking with coordinated arm and hand movements. If it is determined that there is some sort of visual impairment, 2 other assessments can be done, which include the MVPT and the TVPS. The MVPT, which is a standardized test of visual perception, and unlike other typical visual perception measures, this measure is meant to assess visual perception independent of motor ability. The test is comprised of 5 items representing 5 visual domains, which include visual discrimination, visual figure ground, visual memory, visual closure, and visual spatial. The TVPS is another standardized assessment tool that looks at the visual analysis and processing skills. The test is comprised of items that look at 7 different visual perceptual areas, including visual discrimination, visual memory, spatial relationships, form constancy, sequential memory, visual figure ground, and visual closure. The last common assessment used by OTs is the sensory profile. It's a tool used to measure a child's response to sensory events in everyday life that support or interfere with function. It looks at the following skill areas: tactile sensitivity, taste and smell sensitivity, movement sensitivity, under-responsive, auditory filtering, low energy, and visual and auditory sensitivity. Standardized test scores are obtained from the assessments along with a clinical assessment of skills, which is comprised of functional tasks. A CSE meeting is then held to review the results of the evaluation. Once it is determined that a student qualifies for OT services based on the standardized test scores, clinical assessment of skills, and the therapist's professional judgment, it is up to the discretion of the Committee on Special Education to approve the frequency and duration of services. Therapists then plan interventions and set goals around the area of need determined during the comprehensive evaluation. Therapists progress monitor these goals typically on a biweekly basis with reporting every trimester or quarter, and the goals are then updated at annual CSE meetings. For more information on school-based occupational therapy, you can contact me via email at brittany_clark@urmc.rochester.edu or by phone at 585-268-7900 extension 2260.